Every word in this album, I fought for it. It took me a year to write this album, just lyrics, and then another year of just arranging music and kind of like going back to the lyrics and retouching. And yeah, it took a lot of effort. And I'm very happy that I could do it exactly how it's been done.
Start with the obvious question because we haven't heard much about this album yet. Take me to the beginning of this journey. How and when did you get started on this?
I don't think that it's easy to measure when something like this happens or starts. I think it's... A ver, el disco tiene mucha inspiración en el mundo del misticismo y de lo espiritual. In spirituality, since I was a kid, I've always felt. Siempre he tenido una relación muy personal con la espiritualidad, entonces creo que esa es la semilla. That's the seed of all this project, and I don't even remember when did that started. Se desaparece cuando tú vienes.
In making this album, what felt the most familiar and the most new compared to your previous album?
This album definitely has a completely different sound than any of the projects that I've done before. It was a challenge for me to do a more orchestral project, right? And learn how to use an orchestra, understand, all the instruments, all the possibilities, and even like study from amazing composers in history and try to say, okay, that's what it's been done. What can I do that it feels personal and honest, para mí? Definitely the challenge of having that inspiration in classical music and try to do something that I haven't done before. Also the writing, the structures and the writing, it's very different than all the other albums.
After Motomami, your success and fame hit a new level. How do you feel like that helped you make this album?
I would say that in general, all the albums that I've done me han ayudado. They helped me be able to be the musician I am today and make this album now, LUX. LUX wouldn't exist if I haven't done the previous steps. I think each album helped me release something.
Motomami, you've said, was inspired by the energy of LA, New York, Miami. This album feels and sounds like it was inspired by the whole world. It feels very worldly and otherworldly at the same time. What was your mission in making this? Maybe it didn't emerge until after it was done.
I think what I can say for sure is that it's made from love and curiosity. I've always wanted to understand other languages, learn other musics, learn del otro. O sea, me gusta aprender de la otra persona, de aquello que es ajeno. It comes from curiosidad, from wanting to learn, from wanting to understand the other better. And through understanding the other better, then I know I can understand who I am better. I love explaining stories. Music is just a medium to explain stories, to explain something, to put ideas on the table. That's what this project is for me.
Do you think your fans are ready for this, for wanting this? Have you thought about the reception at all yet?
What I know is that I am ready. What I know is that I am ready and this is what I needed to do.
Yeah.
What I know is that this is what I was supposed to write about. This is my truth. This is where I am now. What I cannot control, I don't try to control.
I think what contributes to the fact that it feels so global, you sing in, I think, 13 languages?
13 languages.
Yes. I mean,
13.
That's amazing.
13. And it took a lot of writing and scratching it and sending it to someone who would help me translate and be like, this is how you would say. This that you want to say, that's how you say it in Japanese. Okay, this is how it sounds. Let me rephrase this line. Let me redo this rhyme. Okay, I love this word. Let me then write a new sentence right above so it can sound better. There was so many things that I had to como play with and have in consideration, because it's not just writing, it has to sound good. There was a lot of challenge, but it was worth it. It made me grow so much. Every word in this album, I fought for it. It took me a year to write this album, just lyrics, and then another year of just arranging music and kind of like going back to the lyrics and retouching. And yeah, it took a lot of effort.
It's a very human story that you tell throughout this album. You really contemplate like what love costs, like the toll of love in various forms. I think at one point you talk about, you're learning to protect your heart. How are you doing that? How do you keep your heart safe?
I feel like I'm protected, but I don't try to protect my heart. I actually feel like I want to make myself available to whatever life throws at me and live in uncertainty. Learn how to live in uncertainty. I think that's one thing that I hope I can learn through life and that I'm trying to learn, and that has to do with freedom and letting go. That has to do with not trying to protect yourself too much.
One of my favorites, and it's hard to pick a favorite song because they all are so connected, but Fokurani is amazing. It feels especially personal of all of the songs, but tell me a bit about the experience of writing that one and how it felt.
So in that one specifically, I found out that there's this saint, Santa Rosalia de Palermo. She was supposed to get married, and then she decided not to. And she decided to dedicar su vida a Dios. And I thought that something in that was very powerful, and I wanted to research on her story, and that's why you can find some Sicilian in that song. There's some Sicilian thrown in there, and it was a challenge to sing in that language. I feel grateful that it exists.
There are other songs that touch on kind of the chaos of the world. You seem very centered, though. I'm curious how you manage to maintain that.
I try, girl. I try.
Because this industry is a lot.
Yeah, but I think in general, just to be in this world is a lot too. Sometimes it's overwhelming. I think that making music to me, it's something that it helps me reconnect with myself. That's why I'm so grateful that I'm a musician and I can be a musician. And I know that que tengo mucha suerte de poder dedicarme a esto. Es algo que me ancla, es algo que me da felicidad, es algo que me ayuda a mantenerme en mi centro, especially en un contexto, en una industria como esta, o no solo en esta industria, in general, like in moments like these also. At least it gives me hope.
Is so operatic and orchestral. How did you begin to immerse yourself in those styles, and how did you find the people that you worked with to deliver that?
The people that I work with is the same that I've worked years ago. That's the people that I feel comfortable with. So I love sharing, time with them in the studio. It was a lot of like writing, and then on the other side, a lot of collective effort in the studio. The whole thing, it's been more than 2 years, I would say maybe 3 years. Long process, but just about like trusting and keep going.
For what you made, it doesn't seem that long. Like this required time to deliver you've done.
Thank you for saying that. I love you say that. Yeah, exactly. No, honestly, it took the time that it was worth it.
Yes.
Investing in it to make.
Absolutely.
It took that time, and that was the exact time that it needed. And I'm very happy that I could do it exactly how it's been done.
Who is usually the first person, though, to call you and say, like, let's go, wrap it up?
Probably my mother, Albert, my sister. They all kind of like, se alinean para kind of like, it's time. Yeah. We gotta, move forward. It can take a long time, but in this time, I think it was exactly how it had to be.
Yes. One other question about collaborators, because Ryan Fetter has been talking for years about how much he loves you and wants to work with you.
I love him. Yes,
he
collaborated.
Yes.
Ryan collaborated in this song in Reliquia.
Really?
Yeah, he collaborated in Reliquia. He did, I think, one top line or two. And he's great. I admire the way he writes so much.
He's worked in so many languages.
I love how playful he is. And in the melodies, in the way he does melodies. He's very different than me in the way he makes melodies. Like we are really different. I think that's why I think we like each other's work and we can collaborate. And in this case, it was great to collaborate in Reliquia and in La Perla. He did one top line thing in La Perla.
Are you sitting on a lot of other music that we haven't heard yet?
So I would say that I've wrote a lot for this project, and that there's definitely a lot of material that it's not in it because it didn't fit this album. Who knows if maybe in another project, maybe it's part of something else in the future. Who knows? For now, LUX, terminando LUX, sacando LUX al mundo, que ya eso ya es mucho y luego ya veremos. Dios dirá.
Do you want to tour this album?
I would love to.
I mean,
but we'll see. I don't know. We'll see.
Have you given any thought yet to what a live performance would look like?
Oof, girl. Thought? Eso no falta. Eso nunca falta. Thought and books. O sea, llenamos páginas.
Yeah.
Yeah, pero veremos. I don't want to like, not think too much how that would look until that really is happening, if that makes any sense. But definitely there's a lot of creativity built, and how would this be if we translate it to stage, you know? ¿Cómo se traduciría?
Very theatrical. At the same time you were working on this, were you also filming Euphoria, or were they different timelines?
So yeah, actually it was very challenging to do both. I was recording the album and producing and checking mixes, everything, while I was shooting Euphoria. And that was like como estar como entre esos dos aguas, entre esos dos mundos, like divide my mind for both. And it was the first time also that I was doing something like this, like preparing a character, studying lines. These are like new things for me, you know, like I'm not used to it. It's very different than making an album. It's very different than making music. So yeah, that was definitely a challenge. But I managed to do both.
Yeah.
For some reason, I didn't completely go crazy. And we're still here, we're still alive. And I could finish the album.
I know you had a song on the show. Was that the starting point of I want to have a role, or where did it come from?
Actually, it was more that I shared that I really wanted to start acting. That it's something that I would love to do, since the only thing that I've done, which is with Almodóvar, and when I was 16 that I would study theater for a year. That's all. That's the two experiences that I've had. I feel like being a musician and being on stage is being a performer, but I've never experienced it as being filmed, learning lines. That's a very different type of job. I just did it with Almodóvar, and I was like, I would love to do it for somebody like Sam.
Yeah.
For somebody that has a vision as strong as him, or Tarantino, or Sofia Coppola.
I can see both.
and so I'm like, yeah, okay, I would definitely do this. And so I've heard that the third season was happening, and then I was like, damn, I would love to audition.
Did you have to audition?
Oh, of course. Girl, what you mean? Claro que tuve que audition. Because I'm not an actress.
Yeah.
Definitely, I had to audition.
Scary.
Yeah, that was very scary. But at the same time, something told me that I was supposed to. And I was like, I think that I should do this. I did auditions taped, and then audition in person, and then something else, and then it happened. It was a whole process.
Who's giving you the best acting advice?
I would say Alexa. She's a very close friend of mine, and she was very supporting. And the way she approaches it, it's with so effortlessly.
Yeah.
But that is something very beautiful to see and very inspiring.
And then who on the cast has the best taste in music?
Who on the cast has the best taste in music? Oh, definitely me. No,
obviously
no.
Second to you.
No. Zendaya, because Zendaya recommended malamente, maybe to the director, no? To Sam. Zendaya. Yeah, Zendaya.
Do you two talk about music ever, or are you so locked into what you're filming?
I admire her so much.
Yeah.
I really didn't want to like distract her at all. So I wouldn't like talk to her too much because I didn't want to distract her. When she would become all allí and sad, and she would talk, then I would be like, we would start talking, and then she would explain that she knew about my music, and that made me very happy.
Yeah.
That made me very, very happy. It meant a lot because I really like what she does.
I want to circle back to your album and touch on the end a bit, where you kind of get into the concept of death and a return almost. But I'm curious, is there something in your life that you're worried about not having enough time to do or to accomplish?
No. Whenever God decides time to go, yeah. Whatever I have to come here to do, I feel like I'm doing. Whenever I have to leave, I will leave. That's how I try to live.
Do you have a wish list of things that you hope to accomplish?
I definitely would love to know how it feels to be 100 years old. I would love to know what that is. I would love to know qué significa haber vivido tantos años. Pero that's not on me to decide.
Right.
So, yeah, but I would love to keep writing. I would love to keep making music. I would love to keep learning how to cook better. If I can, one day I would love to go to college again and study filosofía or teología. I would love to, or just keep traveling.
What's the biggest challenge that you feel like comes with this career?
The biggest challenge? The price you pay, the sacrifice, the amount of moments that you lose.
Yeah.
You lose so many moments with your family. You lose so many moments with your loved ones. And my grandpa died when I was in the Latin Grammys in 2019. And I was about to perform, and then I found out that my grandpa died and I couldn't even be in the burial. Those type of things, like I'll have to live with the sadness and the regret of not being there. I'll have to deal with. And those are things that are not the good side of, being a musician, always traveling, always committed to whatever you're doing, always committed to the people who was there in the audience that night, paid the ticket to see the performance. I kind of feel like I care so much.
Yeah.
It's from the love that I have, and it's from that love that I do what I do. So yeah, the price is really high, but at the same time I know that this is what I chose.
It does seem like you were meant to do this. We need you to do this. You give us so much, and I feel like all of what you just said is maybe part of what drives you to make an album like this, is you put everything into it and you give us something we've never heard before.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
I always have that hope. I always have that hope of, there's always nuance in the sound that you can find, that you can push. And I have passion for my job. I have love for music. And I have a very open way of understanding of music, of what music is, which I feel grateful because it allows me to always be curious about traveling and learning about other new instruments, new places, new ways. And I think that in order to fully enjoy music, you need to have kind of like a tolerant, open way of understanding it. Because music is the 4/3/3 of John Cage as much as the birds in the trees for Kaluli in Nueva Guinea, as much as las fugas de Bach o la última canción de Chencho Corleone. Like all of it is music.
Yeah.
And if you understand that, then you can enjoy in a much fuller way, in a much more profound way, what music is. Because it's all of it.
For you, in releasing this album, what would success look like or feel like for you once this is out?
Success for me is freedom. And I felt all the freedom that I could imagine or hope for throughout this process. That's all I wanted. I wanted to be able to pour whatever it was inside outside and make those inspirations, those ideas, become them songs, become them sounds. I was able to do that, and I wouldn't ask for more. That's all I could ask.
It's already a success before it even comes out, You've done
Exactly. Exactly. There you go.
Well, I love it.
Thank you.
I feel like it's like a magnum opus of a project, like a definitive body of work.
Yeah.
It's really special.
Muchas gracias. That means a lot that you say that.